All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. And a special warm welcome to all of you tuning into the iHypnosis life coaching journeys. This is, of course, our curated show, our curated podcast just for you, especially if you are a coach, a healer, or a seeker. Wherever you may be on your journey, it's so important to find that inspiration because we know how powerful it can be to feel like, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. But then as we get started on the journey, it's very easy to lose our way. And that's the reason why the coaching journeys or the iHypnosis life coaching journeys was born, so that you will be inspired over and over and over again from week to week, year to year. And, at this point, we are now in the 90s. In cricket, of course, we call it the nervous 90s, but these are the confident 90s that we are now breezing through. And I've got a really, really powerful, really, really amazing guest in our midst. We make it a point to find people who are doing amazing work out there and who are already on the journey. They've already had those stumbles, but they've stood up again. And hearing their story is a way to inspire you, to remind you why you got into this in the first place. So with that, of course, let's put our hands together and welcome in Dhananjay Modgalya. So Dhananjay, of course, this is your cue. You can go ahead and turn on your camera. And it's such a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to the iHypnosis Life Coaching Journeys.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul, for this opportunity. And your intention is so pure and great that I can see people shifting in their life. And I hope this will reach to millions of people
Beautiful.
and you will be able to transform them. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so powerful. Thank you for saying that. And as I always say, this work that we do, it is driven by the many, not just one. So, it's not my show, it's our show. And I know that even today, we do live in the world of technology. Sometimes our live streams work, sometimes they don't, but the recording will go on. And we do it in this format so that when people do finally find you, wherever they may find you, that they are inspired by your story and they are moved to keep going and to keep living their purpose. So, keeping this in mind, let's set the ball rolling, as they say. And I'd love, for you to answer this one question, which is, I'm sure people who've known you from the present, or maybe people even who've known you from the past, they may ask you, so Dhananjay, what do you do today? So what do you typically tell them now at this
Great.
point?
So, my name is Dhananjay Modgalya, and I'm an IP attorney, IITian, and author coach. This is my identity that I do two businesses. One is as IP attorney, and another which is my passion of writing book, being author of 121 books myself. I teach people how to write their book, and there is a long journey why that came up. We'll come to that later.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, I can't help but pause and ask every guest at this point, because the way you share, as you said, your identity, I know it didn't happen overnight. It's been a journey. And I'm very curious, as I'm sure our listeners, viewers, and our watchers are, to hear about, like, how did you get to this point? Because the way you described it, it's not easy. Law is one thing, right? Any kind of law, and you're talking about IP law. And on top of that, you're talking about writing not one, not two, not five, not 10, but over 120 books. So that's in itself a really, really powerful feat. And then on top of that, as you said, you could have just been, hey, I practice law, I write books, life is good. But you've chosen to take that and, use that vehicle to help other people to. And I truly believe this. We are all healers as well as coaches, regardless of what at the core of it our vehicle maybe, right? Like some of us do, the healing practices, some of us do business coaching, but at the core of it, I really believe that we're doing both, right? So I'd love for you to take us back in time. As I always like to say, it's like we'll be the angels on your shoulders and take us back in time. So like what we call the hero's journey, right? Your origin story, the origin story of Dhananjay, and take us back to like the earliest memories or recollections of how did all of this come together? So you know who you are today, and you've so beautifully shared it with so much of that ease and flow. So take us back in time कि ये कहाँ से शुरू हुआ, and what were those twists and turns that happened along the way to where we now are in the present.
Great, thank you. And so let's go back to my childhood. And I don't know how this power I have or I cultivated, but I could recollect even my childhood things, like when I was 3 year old. Okay,
Mm,
how it happens, how I got to reach
mm,
there, I don't know yet.
mm,
So my earliest childhood memory is my maternal grandfather,
mm.
who was the last guru of a lineage of more than 350 years of recorded
Wow.
history. Wow. And he told us the value of knowledge. And
Mm,
at that time, I understood it more like knowledge is something which you gain to progress in life.
mm,
Knowledge is something which you gain to progress in life. And I didn't understand much of it. Later, what I understood is knowledge I should gain so that I can earn more.
mm,
I can become a better person. It is simply the story of the elephant and five blind men.
mm,
That's how I picked one thing from it. Progress, learn about multiple things, even astrology, since understand that Gurukul system was there, so
mm.
all the ancient knowledge has to be inculcated. Great.
Right.
One moment was there when I was deeply moved by the word love, not the
Mm,
concept, not the exactly what love is, but the word. And I was trying to understand. Great. At that point, I shifted from my hometown Darbhanga to IIT Mumbai, and I found perfect opportunity to understand it. I researched about it. I read multiple books in IIT libraries, everything. And suddenly I found the teenager infatuation, which is called love.
mm,
And wow, this is the moment I
mm,
should go on experimenting. Now that stages. I did that. I heard the story of people. I was the insider in their story, learning about them. Suddenly, in 2006, I realized this is the time I should write a book about it. And the journey began. I started writing, I started researching, and I will tell you that I became a person who was obsessively researching about it. Never ending research. Let's create 150 words vocabulary about love. There's okay, great. And at the same time, working with the people, understanding their perspective because I was a very good friend. Share everything with me about their love life, about their all the infatuation, the one sided, two sided, no sided loves. Back in 2007, exactly it was 30th April 2007. One of my best friend, I will not name her, she was in love with another guy who is also my batchmate from IIT. He was leaving for hometown because semester ended, and from there he will leave for Australia for a research internship. She will leave after 10 days for US for research internship. Great. Done. I was there when, and they have not confessed. They have not even talked about love to each other. It was just there. She bid the bye bye to her, goodbye. We
mm,
left for the train station. After that, I was with her for next 3 hours.
mm,
And this was the very first moment. my whole book writing journey was stalled because something happened which was beyond my understanding. She was walking on the middle of the road. She was like not in the present,
Right.
completely, let me spill the bean, hypnotized,
Mm,
and I didn't understand.
mm,
We went for from IIT Powai to Hiranandani, had the dinner. I took her back. That what is happening, I have to understand. Then
mm,
we went to Hostel 11, which is the PG hostel for women.
mm,
There was a person who's doing masters in psychology. I specifically talked her, see the condition of her, and tell me what exactly is what exactly is happening, and
mm.
no clue. Great. And when you don't have the answer, you know that something love is doing to this person, but you don't understand. Everything is stalled. Life went on.
Mm,
I kept pushing myself for writing the book.
mm,
Nothing happened. Now, 2011. Suddenly, I landed on your topic, the hypnosis. I read little bit about it, and I exactly knew all the symptoms he had at that time was the self hypnosis. Trigger was the love, the confusion, the emotions, the separation, but not understanding exactly what is happening. She was self hypnotized into that moment so that she can preserve that moment for next 3 months because they are not going to meet.
right.
Now, at that point, my journey shifted. I again started writing two of the chapter I gave to one of my friend who is editor of the Hindu
Mm,
newspaper, flowery language, and I had like Bihari simple English. That happened. Two chapters done. By that time, I was completely into writing one book as passion project and became the
mm,
IPS. Worked in a startup for 1 year, then joined LLB in Delhi University.
mm,
There I met this person, the editor of the Hindu, who was my batchmate there also.
mm,
Great. Now, two chapter nicely done. I
mm,
gave to people. They say, "Wow!" I was thinking of naming it "The Experiment with Love" and
mm,
"Love Crimes All." Blah blah blah. It went
mm,
on. We
mm,
went to the book fair, looked
mm,
at the book, thought about it. Everything was going on, but it didn't materialize. My IP journey continued.
mm,
Everything continued smoothly, becoming patent agent, qualifying for different things, parallelly doing lots of other courses, learning about many things. Fast forward to 2019,
mm,
and I was thinking of completing the book. I
mm,
started in working on it. Then COVID hit, things stalled. I worked vigorously. I had more
mm,
than 50 pages of doc file draft with me. It went on. I tried to find people. I have went to different webinars, checked this and that, then found the connection because
mm,
thing I understood later, especially when my one of the greatest mentor, Siddharth Rajsekhar and Blair Singer, they said that your vibe will attract your tribe.
mm,
And that's how I got attracted to a person who's Ansuman Patro. He was running a 5 day author challenge. Become
mm,
author in 5 day. Wow. Jump in day one. Great. I had 350 pages of the draft. I
mm,
just have sanitized and he will give me the structure, and it didn't happen because my idea of writing book and the actual of idea of writing book is two different things.
mm,
Let me tell everyone, our viewers, what you think about book writing is
mm,
not book writing.
mm,
You are not writing the book for yourself. It is for the audience. That is one part.
mm,
And the second, the most important part is book is not something like you go on a shop, buy a sweet,
mm,
eat it, forget it. what will keep you motivated
Mm.
to at least talk about the book,
Mm.
sell the book? Is it aligned with your journey? Is it aligned with who you are?
Mm.
If it is not, then don't write the book, at least on that idea. Choose the idea which is aligned for you today.
Mm.
Like if I will suggest you, Rahul, write a book. How I will tell you that write a
Mm.
book, you have lots of journey, personal, professional, going through different journeys.
Mm.
But if you have to write a book, what book you should be writing? Because iHypnosis
Mm.
is a living entity and
Right.
it will be the only thing you should be focused on right now.
Mm.
If anything which will not align with iHypnosis,
Mm.
you should not invest your time in writing that book. If
Mm.
that book will be aligned with iHypnosis, write it. Tomorrow, when your horizon will broaden, you will add certain other things,
Mm.
certain other businesses, then write. If you go on a vacation for 1 month and say that I just want to go on a vacation, no business right now, I will come back with a different energy.
Mm.
Write your personal story, your
Mm.
biography, your memoir, and whatnot.
Mm.
Exactly this understanding will shifted me. Like, done. I shifted from my 350-page draft to
For how many
patent.
years?
Like 11 years,
Right.
sorry, 13 years of writing, and
Right.
still I shifted from the idea. And today it is almost 19 years when I began. And that book is not yet out.
Right.
Out of a 121 book, that book is not still there.
That's the ultimate one, right?
Yes, that's the ultimate one because let me tell you, initially I was a perpetual researcher
Mm.
whose research never ended. Then in between there was a burnt out creator when I left that idea for 2 3 years.
Mm.
That happened at the time when I was showing the draft to people. I became the perfectionist paralytic,
Mm.
paralyzed by perfection.
Mm.
And in my journey, I understood that these are the standard blockages. Apart
Mm.
from that, one more important is procrastinator. That I didn't find myself at any point of time, but these three were more powerful at different point of time.
Mm.
So these are the four, like perfectionist paralytic,
Mm.
fear driven avoider, the burnt out creator, and the procrastinator. So if any of these hits, you're stuck.
Right.
That guy, my mentor,
Mm.
Mr. Ansuman Patro, he helped me to clarify the idea. I shifted to patent. Let's write a
Mm.
book for whom? It is for the law student, it is for the college professors, it is for the
Mm.
researcher, it is for the industry, it is for the
Mm.
academia, it is for the business. Business. Patent and asset for business. That was the name. That was the
Wow.
title. It itself says that who is the audience, what is the book
Correct.
about. 5 days, book done, published. Saturday night, we published the book. Tuesday evening, it was already became a bestseller. In one day, it sold around 200 copies because that is the method. It is all
Mm.
the method. 200 copies, sell it in 2 months, you are not a bestseller. 200 books, sell it in one day, you will become the bestseller because the
Mm.
algorithm, the world sees that
Correct.
200 means
Correct.
6,000 copies in a month. So you are
Mm.
with that domain because there are little book in law and
Correct.
6,000, that is the
Correct.
calculation. And I want to tell people that
Mm.
becoming a bestseller is all about the strategy. It started from day one when we posted on Facebook,
Right.
I am going to publish my book by the
Mm.
weekend. You want it, then comment
Mm.
or fill the Google form. I had my Google form with 150 email IDs already
Mm.
by 1 week
Mm.
because
Mm.
that's how we do.
Mm.
And that's what I told you that when we are going to write the book, do you have the motivation enough to tell the world?
Mm.
If you are writing something personal and don't want to tell the world, then nobody is going to find out, read.
Mm.
What
True.
will happen?
True.
So it should align.
Mm.
And this is the moment when everything shifted. I became the bestseller. I started getting more calls. Even I never approached IITs
Mm.
to give me a platform, but that book and little bit promotion of that book, I got an opportunity to do a Zoom call for startups in there.
Mm.
Yeah, I got 3-4 clients from there.
Yes.
Build almost 3.5 lakh in just 2 months.
Very nice.
Book has not yet given me even 1 lakh rupees in the last 6 years, but in just 2 months, the, that opportunity. This
Mm.
is the legacy. People
Mm.
will. He has written the book patent and said to
Correct.
business. That means he is a patent guy.
Mm.
Simple.
Mm.
Went well. Everything was going smooth.
Mm.
Then there was a sudden shift due to COVID and everything.
Mm.
Second wave was the hitting point. First wave, I
Yeah.
was chill that things happens. It is the life. But second wave crushed most of the thing in the world.
Mm. Mm.
The 2021 April,
Yeah.
when
True.
even oxygen was the precious commodity, that was the time when I shifted that let's understand
Mm.
that knowledge is for progressing in life.
Mm.
And I understood the another part of it. Progressing in life doesn't mean you live alone in.
Mm. Right.
Knowledge is for sharing with people. Knowledge is for helping people.
Mm.
You earn your bread and you help others to get there.
Right.
Either it
Mm.
is bread for the body or bread for the soul.
Nice.
And that's how I jumped into the
Mm.
coaching industry. Understood. Learning this, that, done 1 year,
Mm.
lots of things. Everything was going well.
Mm.
I landed to one of my great mentors. Webinar also went through, happy, done, didn't bought the program. Everything was good. Suddenly a Black Friday deal came up. And as always, I was looking at the mails around 9:30, 9:40. I
Mm.
saw this mail is there. Okay. I look at the mail at around 9:55. I saw that. Okay, this is the link. Clicked, went there, thought about it. Then suddenly link expired. At 12 o'clock.
Mm.
Now I have to buy at the normal price or don't buy.
Mm.
I immediately mailed at 10:05 that I was doing the transaction, but 10 o'clock timeline hit and couldn't get
Mm.
through.
Mm.
I got a reply that we can't do anything. That's it. And I was like, they don't want business. They don't want the money. I have seen webinars and online coaching. There is nothing for them to invest in, right? If there is 50 people in the class or 51 people, it is pure profit.
Mm.
Apart from the marketing cost,
Mm.
operational cost will be almost flat. So why they are saying no? Like, okay, stop. And that one email, even for saying no, at least a reply has been given.
Mm.
That's the code of honor. Because emotional,
Mm.
it went for some time, I didn't get into it. But
Right.
slowly, when that died out, I realized it. January
Mm.
2022, got into the program of Siddharth Rajsekhar,
Mm.
and most of our viewers know him.
Mm.
Within a week, upgraded to Diamond, got an opportunity to took a program of Blair Singer, the magician,
Mhm.
and the journey shifted.
Right.
For the next 4 months, it went on. I was working on IP, telling whole world that IP is important, and
Mm.
then funnel level 3 is all about. selling the services. But something happened in between. In TTT, I found lots of people. I was helping them with the spirituality, healing. Then, as I told that the old Gurukul system, those knowledge is there. One person asked me that you have written the book, help us. I will tell you this is the format. Go and write. People insisted, and I did my first batch with 3 people. I told that write in 5 days. They wrote in 5 days, became the bestseller by 10th day. Done. Next batch, and I found that this is something more important than teaching IP to people,
Right.
because this will build the legacy. This will not be one person. You created an invention, you will sell it, people will buy it. I'm not helping you in that. I'm helping you in protecting that,
Right.
which is only helping you to protect it. That book will shift the life of millions of people. And one of my early student, she is like doing great everywhere goes. She takes her book, gifted to the people, from Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the chief minister of MP, to small shop owners. She has gifted her book to every important person in her business or life. And one of the person, Vinita Srivastav, she runs the Mrs. India. She is also using her book to portray who she is.
Right.
If anybody will look at her posts in, especially in 2023, to December, she wrote the book. People will find how that book shaped her identity.
Right.
And that gave me the right choice that help people with this. Let them write the book, let them become a brand, let them have their legacy. And as I told that there have been so many hiccups in my journey of one book which is yet not published. So I think that before publishing that book, I should publish a book. Why I have not published that book in.
That might be of, like you said, right? Write what people want to read. And that I'm sure will be something that a lot of would-be writers are actually thinking about today. कि मैं
Yes,
ये क्यों नहीं लिख पा रहा हूँ? So you write a book on that. Who knows? Like you said,
so
123.
this is a journey of mine till now, and most of the part I believe in that give whatever you can without stressing your pocket or your including the time. So
Right.
what I do right now is infrequently on special occasions, I even give the opportunity to people that trademark your logo without any professional fees. And this is especially only for the coaches or in the education sector people.
Wow.
Okay, so that is one thing I like in the Diwali also. I gifted this that okay, this is the Diwali gift. Around 10 people availed that. Great. Also, I did that. So at the same time, I know that that will be an investment from my side. How much? 2 days, 3 days of work
Correct.
of my team for me to convey the things and
Correct.
get them on board.
Correct.
So whatever you have, it doesn't matter. If you are ready to give, you can give it to people.
Right.
And that is the another part of knowledge is for progressing in life. I have the knowledge of trademark. Let's help people. I have the book writing. Let's help people. At the same time, very clear because I'll learn from different mentors that I will tell you in brief. Money is one of the biggest demotivator on,
Hmm.
not the
Do say
motivator.
more. Do say more.
Yeah. So when you have money, you don't feel anything.
Mm.
When you
Mm.
don't have the money, you feel abnormal, demotivated. When you don't have the resources or the money to buy the resources, you feel demotivated. You are not
Right.
even go on the your own mission.
Mm.
But if you have
Mm.
the money, talk to all the people who has the money. They're like, okay, money is like, yeah, it is there, so I can do things.
Mm.
Money is reduced to that much only for them.
Mm.
For other people, if I don't have the money, I can't do anything. So
Mm.
cannot be out of the equation.
Mm.
Like I said that if I am going to help people with trademark, okay, no professional fees, do it. Can't I do it for 1 year? No, because I can't. If I'm not getting the money,
Correct.
then how team will be there, how things will
Correct.
be played, how I will be happy to help more people. That's why money has to be there in the equation.
Mm.
But at times,
Mm.
give more than what people pay for, or even give freebies. Let them be happy. Something will shift them,
Mm.
because this is one thing I learned from the startup world, whom
Mm.
I helped in like last 10 years
Mm.
to protect their IP and other
Mm.
legal things.
Mm.
How biggest unicorns are born? First, they will take the VC money,
Mm.
then they will spend on you as a customer, because you are getting
Mm.
rupees thing. Actually, 10 rupees they are spending on that thing, not even the profit margin is there,
Mm.
and they are you at 5 rupees. You are getting food at the lower cost from the same restaurant which you
Mm.
hire if you will go, without you investing your time, without you investing your energy in your home. So once that is happening, then the unit economics changes.
Mm.
Zomato did this for long. Now they are profitable. Today, like
Mm.
last quarter, they have posted a profit.
Mm.
Blinkit, they have posted a profit,
Mm.
but they have burned millions of rupees
Mm.
last year. To change your mindset, that's what, like,
Mm.
let's every coach trademark their course name, their business, their everything. When that is done, when there will be 200 people in a community who has done their trademark and there are 1,000 who has not, it will automatically shift them. So this is the pure purpose, that when that shift has happened, I will be one of the person who will be reaping the reward.
Yeah.
So invest, give people freebies so that they will be happy.
Mm.
And I didn't agree to that statement which people generally say there is nothing free in the world,
Mm.
because air we breathe is free. Everything which is actually valuable is free.
Mm.
The strangest secret by everything that is valuable is free.
True.
That's how it is.
Mm.
So give people what you can, build business so that you can help more people, reach to more
Mm.
people. That was my motto. So I'm going on that journey, my own journey. My more than 150 students has became author.
Mm.
Many more are
Mm. Very nice.
in the writing phase.
Mm.
But keep helping, keep,
Mm.
but don't tell them that I'm helping you.
Mm. So true.
Because when I wrote the book by Brian Weiss, there are people in the world who cannot take help. It is a burden on them. It is a karma for Indian people. It is the karma. इसकी help ले ली तो I owe him.
Mm.
So even if you are helping somebody, don't tell it is a help. Tell it is a gift. You can pick it up. That means you have to put effort to come and take it. And don't say that I am helping you, because many people will get triggered by this,
Yeah. True.
because I will be indebted to you forever, not this
Mm.
life, next life until we meet and I will pay you back.
True.
So this is
Nice.
how the journey happened for me, and I'm helping both IP. The startups are my primary focus
Sure.
on that, because picking the right audience is the key.
Oh, yeah.
And another is let's people help build their legacy. I call
Mm,
book as a legacy.
mm,
You may earn money from it, you may not, because that will depend on the future marketing
mm,
or how you are placed in your life. Because you are
mm.
famous,
Right.
it is the legacy. So I help people for this legacy game and IP. And that is
Nice.
my whole journey.
Beautiful. Like I said, this was like being sitting on your shoulder while you were writing your saga. So it was beautiful to hear you walk us through it, like frame by frame, and really take the time to explore the emotion behind the twists and the turns, as I was sort of sensing that you would share today. And now that you've taken us through that journey, and I'm sure people who have heard you up to this point, they have an idea of what makes you tick, why do you do what you do, right? Let's now slowly start to shift towards, in more specific terms, today, what is it that you do? Because you've talked about, the different programs or the different audiences that you work with, but specific to healers and coaches. And I'm sure you have come across people even today who somewhere they either yearn to write a book or they write a book to earn. So it's like, acha book likh liya, to the way people look at you, that perception, or what we call like the earn the right, that tends to go up. So give us a sense of like today, and I say this also because this is my intention, that there are so many of us who have been given this blessing to go out into the world and share what we know, share what is our hunar, our what makes us, what is literally an extension of us, right? So the this platform is designed so that people can find you, and
Mm.
more importantly, people get to know your story, your backstory, your origin story. Why? Because when somebody sees you on a reel somewhere, or somebody, talks about you to them saying, oh, you should talk to Dhananjay if you're looking to do IP in your business, or even in the coaching and the healing business. Or if you're thinking of writing a book, definitely go and check him out. So when they start that digging work, we've all done it, they will
Yes.
find you. So this pod is designed specifically as a long form, which is why we don't sort of get into too much of philosophy. It's more about your rationale, your thinking. And philosophy, yes, your philosophy, 1,000%, but not
Mm.
just sort of dunya bhar ki philosophy. So my intention is that when people hear you, when people who are interested in the long form, they will watch you. In today's world, we have shorts, we have, clips, reels. So they will get a better sense of you. So in this context, the next part that I would love for you to unpack for us is, what is it that you do today? So in your community, for example, how do you help them in the context of writing a book? Or even if it is, as you said, coaches and healers, in the context of the law that can help them when it comes to their IP. Yeah. Because I'm sure there will be people out there who are thinking, how that would be interesting if I could get an IP of my brand name, or my process. So walk us through that, Nathanjay.
Yes. Thank you, Rahul. Let's first talk a little bit about IP, because in IP there is certain thing like patent, trademark, copyright, and there are
Mm,
multiple others, but that is
mm,
not specific to our
sure,
audience.
sure.
So for especially for coaches and healers, patent is not something which they will do, because that is
Mm,
specifically for the inventions. If you are inventing something, you are an innovator, that is
mm,
for you. Trademark is for the business, since every coach and healer is trying to establish their own business.
mm,
They have started with a logo or
mm,
the brand name. If tomorrow somebody else will come and claim that brand name, what will happen? They have to shift the name. And
mm,
all the good work, all the places where everything is there, that is gone. But this happens every day with new startups, multiple products. But especially for coaches and healers, even if you are using your name, be aware.
mm,
Because there was a big case between Priya Hiranandani, and
mm,
the Hiranandani Construction Private Limited. because there was a fallout between the family, because she was also the part of the family, the daughter. Fallout happened, and when she started with her own name, case was filed, because now
Mm,
family fallout, every cases will be filed because
mm,
everybody is putting pressure on every. She won the case because fallout happened in 2011, but in 2008 she started multiple business with the name, her name, and she used Priya Hiranandani and trademarked it. So she has a registered trademark of that.
mm,
Now Hiranandani word is there. Now Hiranandani group cannot stop. Later everything settled. She got 50 crore rupees and she
mm,
sold her business back to the group itself.
mm,
That group, that business is there. But even if her name, she can't use,
mm.
and that is happening. Like if I trademark Dhananjay, tomorrow some other Dhananjay is
Correct.
starting a business with Dhananjay Private Limited or Dhananjay as author coach or digital coach or
Mm,
healer. Well, you straight away go, see, this is my trademark. You cannot use it as your brand name. Use it as your own name. You are the owner of this brand, use it there, but not as a brand name because
mm,
I have already trademarked. Now this happens. So this is what coaches and healers should get help on, and they can approach me. Facebook, LinkedIn, and other places. Linktree has
mm,
the link.
mm,
So they can approach me, and I'm launching a mini course on the trademark, patent, and the
mm.
copyright. Copyright is for
Nice.
the books,
Mm,
as well as the if you have written a software code or if you have a process which you are going
mm,
to the client with.
mm,
Ideally, that should be copyrighted. So there will be a mini course sooner than later.
mm,
I will be putting it up, and
mm,
it will be in my link tree. That will
mm,
be a free course. People can enroll. People understand the trademark, patent, copyright, what apply to them.
mm.
And that will be specifically for the coaches and the healers and other people in the education domain.
Right.
So that is one thing. People can connect with me on LinkedIn, on
Mm,
Instagram, or Facebook.
mm.
They
Yeah.
can approach me from my website also. There is email ID.
Mm, mm,
I will be able to help them because at times I will be running this kind of program depending on
mm.
my team's strength and my business. That if there is a 3 days, like 1 week, we have a little less work and we can stretch. Why not help 20, 30, 50
Correct.
coaches file their trademark in the next 1 week? They are sorted, we are sorted, we have the time, we have
Very
invested time.
nice.
So that is one thing precisely I do.
Mm,
Okay. Especially in IP domain, pricing fluctuates a lot
mm.
depending on who is my client, because I charge high from the business. Because their requirement, their punctuality, their style,
Correct.
they like
Correct.
we have to connect to one person and he has to take approval from the higher
Mm.
up. Then some higher up will sign the document and it will flow. So there will be lots to and fro. So charges should be higher because we are investing
Correct.
time. For the coaches healers, it will be much less because it is a straightforward one person we are dealing with and he is
Correct.
understanding. That means everything is
Mm,
short. This is the part. Another is the most important for the coaches and healer as
mm.
every viewer watcher understand this. I'm talking to you that you have to write a book. You must write a book because that will create a brand for you. If that book is great, it will create a legacy for you. If that book is not so great, then later you can revise into second edition. Later you can withdraw the book from the world. But today you need a branding. You need something people can see the name of the book. People can see the pages on the book in Amazon, Google, everywhere. They will understand who you are. Some people don't want to talk to you to know about you. They will read the book, they will see your intention, they will see your knowledge, and done.
Mm. True.
But if you are like me, who was back in 2006 7, then let me tell you, don't do the business, do a PhD first.
Mm,
If you are a healer, you want to become a healer, then for the next 5 years, you are doing the research, becoming a PhD person, then only you should be in the space. If that is the case, then I believe I was wrong at that point of time. So anybody thinks like that is wrong.
mm,
Because
right.
if I am in class two, a small kid, 7 year old, I can teach class one student or not. So I
Mm,
will write a book for class one student, and
right.
I don't need to be a PhD in mathematics to write class one. Class two,
True.
good student, done. Write the book for class one. Simple.
Mm,
You don't need to write a PhD book. That is one thing, which I teach. Specifically, when I go into the coaching, we first help to identify why you have not written the book. What is stopping you? If you are been on the journey, stopping you. If it you have not even started. If you only wish for it but doesn't have any idea,
mm,
first we will identify it. You will jump into it, understand, and then doing the exercise, you will get to know it that
mm,
most of it is stopping you. A blockage, nothing else. Writer's block.
mm, right.
After a moment, then we will see how affirmation, visualization, which one will be helping.
Mm,
There's a
true.
whole bunch of thing. You
Mm,
don't even need to be with you to tell you. You will go through the questionnaire. You will go through the analysis.
mm,
Get to know. That is the first part. Then the book writing start. Why you are writing the book,
mm,
and that is anchored by my mentor, which shifted me from the
mm,
long 13-year research to why that you cracked it. Then next part of the journey is all about avoiding this writer's block and going on the journey to write a book. I prefer
mm,
people write book in 5 days. Some people take even 15 days, 30 days, even 3 months,
mm,
6 months. It is your
mm,
journey, life, and life happens.
mm,
I learned this hard way thanks to my special mentors who are my students, by the way. All my
mm,
students, I treat them as a mentor because sometimes I get like why they are not able
right.
to do it. And I understood that life happens.
Mm,
Somebody in the family is not feeling well. They have to go to hospital or take care of them.
mm,
Then my demand is not about priority.
mm,
It is utterly wrong because life happens with people. Things happen. Sometimes some plan happens.
mm,
Live in the society and knowledge is for progressing the life and so the progressing of life of everyone. So
mm,
knowledge is also about understanding their situation and not reacting to it, but
mm,
being hand or just be silent.
right.
Be the observer. Don't do anything. If you
Mm,
don't stand what exactly you can do, just be there. So that is how the journey is. 5 days.
mm,
You take how much time, it's up to you, and the
right.
sessions will go on. Every week we meet. You'll learn new things about the book writing because that's how people get engaged
Mm,
and new energy, the marketing techniques.
mm,
So in the book writing space, I have not created any funnel.
mm.
That's the
Interesting.
beauty of my funnel, that there
Interesting.
is only one course which have everything from the writing, become the bestseller, and how to market the book.
Mm,
Everything in one. If you need more help, there
mm,
is do for you services where I will
correct.
help you to publish the book. We have our own publishing house also.
Mm,
I use multiple platforms. Publishing houses
mm,
is my initial 4 5 books. To
mm,
set the goal that I will write 51 books. That's how
mm,
that journey started. 51 books.
mm, mm,
I established a publishing house because
right.
paying 3,000, 5,000 rupees,
Mm,
5,000 publishers take for the basic if I everything. Even if I will negotiate and pay 3,000, 1.5 lakh
Mm.
rupees, in that I can even establish everything for my own. So we have the publishing house. We help our community people
Mm.
publish the book, especially paperback. So that services, if you want editing, if you want proofreading,
Mm.
other things, those services we will provide. But in coaching funnel, the simple is one course, learn it, everything is there. If you need anything in the Q&A live sessions, come and ask. We will
Mm.
give direction and go on.
Mm.
Maybe
Mm.
tomorrow I may add something into this, but that is different. Now, let me tell you the most important part of my author coaching journey.
Mm.
If you are in the journey,
Mm.
you will not remain the same person if
Right.
you will write your first draft,
Mm.
because everything begins with alignment of yourself.
Mm.
Go through multiple, for the sake of ease and understanding, I will say
Mm.
meditations, but those are
Mm.
not exactly the meditations. Since you are into hypnosis,
Mm.
you understand better and all the healers will understand better.
Mm.
I use different processes.
Right.
That is the major game. People say that there is a technique like CBT, most of the
Mm.
coaches, especially in
Mm.
psychology, when I call it CBC. That is also a
Okay.
standard. Cognitive behavioral coaching, not the therapy.
Mm. Right.
Because that is more important than anything else.
Mm. Mm.
And let me tell you one more secret. I encourage people not to type, not to write with pen, but to speak. Speak your story.
Mm.
Every part of it. It doesn't matter how crude it is. I'm doing this pre-chat GPT era. Chat
Mm.
launch in December 2022. I'm doing this from August 2022. So people wrote
Right.
book in 5 days in that time.
Mm.
Now ChatGPT is much more helpful. That time
Correct.
people wrote 100-page book and it's great. You did a great job.
Mm.
Today you can even write 150, 100, 200 word book easily, but the process is you are going to write.
Right.
AI or other tools, basically being an IITian has greater advantage with the tools and technology. So
Mm.
I help people with the tools at that time also when
Correct.
AI was not there, that how they can faster the process of editing,
Mm.
grammar correction, everything all.
Mm.
But now with AI, your draft will be more holistic. Your draft will be better. You will not miss
Mm.
out anything because AI is
Right.
criticizing whatever you are doing. So, and helping how you can perfect it.
Correct.
So that will help. But you are going to write the stories. You are going to
Mm.
write everything. And that is
Mm.
the key of my whole journey of book writing, that processes are there. Meditative techniques are there.
Mm.
And writing is just, I will say 30%.
Mm.
30% writing, 30% tool and technology, and 40% is the mind,
Mm.
test block, the processes which I struggle
Mm.
for long time. This is the whole journey. Publishing
Mm.
I help. That is one part. Another
Mm.
part is coaching. And that is like hackathon style plus
Mm.
weekly sessions and recorded courses are there.
Got it. Got it. Beautiful. So, hearing you, I know I'm tempted to, but I'll hold off for the moment because this entire species of book writing, that in itself is a separate topic.
Yes.
And I know just listening to you, this is something that you have spent a fair bit of time and you have really dived deep, you immersed yourself, and now you're at a point where you're able to deconstruct it and then reconstruct it with your students. So that is a separate conversation. I'm sure at the right time it will present itself. But we'll do one more segment before we start to wrap. This is like your let's call it, this is your volume 1 into who is Dhananjay. Volume 2 is what does Dhananjay do. So for right now, we will, as we start to wrap who is Dhananjay and what makes him who he is, we'll do one more segment for today, which is what I call the journey of mentors. As the name suggests, this is an opportunity one for you to reflect and also reflect your or share your gratitude, express your gratitude for people who showed up in your life at just the right time. I know you've briefly mentioned a few people, but as you would sort of give us an idea of what was that story like at each step or each phase, who are these people who showed up in your life and how specifically that person was able to help you? There are two reasons why I ask. And one is, of course, today we're closer to 100 episodes, but for the first 25, 26 episodes, I didn't really pick up on this. What I realized was, and I've noticed this even elsewhere in coaching communities, most coaches, especially when they're in a platform, very little time is actually spent on specifically saying how a particular coach helped them for whatever the reasons are. Most often, it's sort of glossed over. But I felt that this is a beautiful platform for you to share how a particular a mentor came into your life and made that impact in your life. So that's one part. The other is, of course, when people get to hear you and your story and how this person helped them, it might just inspire your listener to say, okay, interesting. Let me find out more about Dhananjay's mentor. Sometimes they also may, make that connection and it can make all the difference in their life. Or sometimes it may be a stepping stone for them to find a different mentor, but in that same sort of someone who's been a book writer for or an author for 40 years, similar to your mentor, but that other person becomes their mentor, right? So this is just sort of like putting a context to it. So if you can, like, walk us through what was that journey like and who were these amazing mentors that came into your life along.
Thank you, Rahul. This is the moment when I will first start with the gratitude part for few of the mentors who people will not find. That begins with my maternal grandfather. He was instrumental in shifting the perspective of my life. I lost him in my early childhood itself, but that shift continued where I look at the world from a different lens. So I have my gratitude for my grandfather. Coming to the
If I may, just to pause you here, something in the flow I forgot to mention it, but do mention their names also because this is like
yes,
like you ghanti bajao, it just kind of sends that
yes,
vibration out into the world.
yes. So my maternal grandfather Nageshwar Misra, so late Nageshwar Misra, so
Mm,
is the guru for many people.
mm,
Even there are multiple villages who bow down to my mother. Even the elder people came at my house and touched the feet of my mother and said, "Why they are touching you?" He's like, "They are in 60s and you are in 30s."
mm,
Question in the early childhood
mm,
because I'm the daughter of their guru. So that incidences, those are the things which shifts you. And if
mm,
you observe in the early childhood, that has a longer impact.
mm,
This is how everything shifted. Now I have gratitude for the gods, which I
mm,
always take sometime as God,
mm,
sometime as friend,
mm,
sometime as philosopher or mentor, sometime I talk to them. So there are multiple
mm,
aspects. You know, everybody has their own style. Some people
mm,
like to talk to. So like Krishna is there.
mm,
Okay, if I have any doubt, anything, talk to him. If I'm not
mm,
getting the answer at that moment, I open the Bhagavad Gita
mm,
and I find. I will tell you a brief story about it.
Mhm.
in few moments.
Mhm.
Now, the guru which I feel is the Shiva.
Mm.
I accepted him as a guru apart from the worldly guru I have. So Shiva is the ultimate guru, and that's how I get answer to
Mm.
every situations. If I have a decision fatigue, I leave it to him.
Mm.
I will not call her as simply a mentor or
Mhm.
something. But back in 2013, I surrendered myself to her 100%. I was in Kolkata and in the Kali temple. I surrendered that this life is for you. You guide it, you decide
Mm.
it, you do it. So, whenever there is anything positive or negative, I surrender everything to her. That
Mm.
is,
Mm. Wow.
I will not say every time I remember, every moment I remember,
Sure.
but whenever there is a situation where I am not going to
Mm.
get as a philosophy or this or that, because sometimes I'm
Mm.
not ready to accept philosophy or the
Mm.
good or bad or this, where the Krishna and Shiva, the philosophies are there, but
Mm.
I am restless to accept it or understand it or apply it. I surrender everything to her. It is all you decide.
Mm.
Now, coming to the real mentors,
Mm.
I will say that Professor M.S. Balasubramaniam,
Mm.
who's a professor in IIT Bombay, in 2007, I was deep into studying philosophy, literature, and everything. I did my midsem exam and I received 3.5 marks out of.
Wow.
He called me to his chambers. He asked me, "You sit on first bench. You came daily, like attendance is
Mm.
almost 98%.
Mm.
What is happening?
Mm.
Where do you spend your time?"
Mm.
Ah, too much of
Lovely.
philosophy and literature, we do little bit of sarcasm and little bit of fun. So pun
Mm.
intended. Etc. I spend my time in library. Teacher is asking कि 30 में 3.5 नंबर लेके आए हो,
Mm.
क्या करते रहते हो? और मैं कह रहा हूँ,
Mm.
I spend my time in library.
Mm.
He asked where? I said exactly opposite to the chemistry section. There is a philosophy and literature. I spent there.
Mm.
Right? Done. That was the moment which shifted everything. He said, "Do you know the real role of philosophy?
Mm.
When you have the confusion or you have to make a decision, you cannot do it. Philosophy helps in doing that. But role of philosophy ends there when you get the clarity and the role of action begins.
Mm.
So this is the moment
Wow.
for action for you. The role of philosophy ended. You are in
Mm.
I doing this, great, everything, but here the action is
Mm.
great. Learn the things, even if you are not interested in grades, learn. Grade will
Mm.
automatically come. If you
Mm.
learn the material, you will get 20 out of 30 if you are not focused on the
Mm.
exam perspective, but not three
Mm.
and a half. And that shifted my perspective.
Wow.
And the end same out of 50, I scored 40 marks.
Wow. That's amazing.
So these this kind of mentor shifts you.
Mm.
Then it went on multiple different mentors, because if I will go on, it will
Yeah.
be so coming to the coaching journey.
Mm.
The moment I met Siddharth Rajsekhar, vibe clicked, everything was great. The moment he said no to an offer, that was the biggest shift in me, that this guy is total into values and code of honor rather than
Mm.
he will get the 5,000 rupees 4999
Correct.
done. So if he is refusing, there is something.
Mm.
And when I enter into the Blair space, the way he facilitate it. You are here, I am here. I am not here to guide you.
Mm.
I am here to open your eyes so you can see the path and
Mm.
you tell you the pro and cons of walking.
Mm.
You walk or not is your choice.
Mm.
I am a facilitator. If you want to walk,
Mm.
I am there. I will tell you. I will
Mm.
open your eyes. I will help you to unearth what is inside you. You already know
Mm.
everyone.
Mm. Mm.
And the technique of facilitation. I did the master facilitation, then powerful sales presentation, the earlier gold certification. Then I did the
Mm.
train the trainer in the same, like
Mm.
for one course,
Mm.
March, April, then June. It shifted me,
Mm.
changed me. It opened so many
Right.
things because when you are understanding that how things
Mm.
are going to be, you see person
Mm.
is not forcing the decision. Like I felt
Right.
with many people that some people are forcing. Stop.
Mm.
The way he helped shifted everything. Then comes the Siddharth Rajsekhar, who is like the mentor because he operates on code of honor. And that's what I like the most. Second is he has clear boundaries, but he is open to give you. It's more like the temple is giving you the food. You have seen temple or mosque
Mm.
or church or even gurudwaras.
Mm.
When they provide the food, what they do? If you are on the road, they will not come to give to you. They have a
Mm.
window, they have a table, they have everything. If you are there, take as much as you can.
Mm.
And he is more like that kind of mentor who is ready to give you. If he is there, you are there, take as much as you can.
Mm.
It's not you go to the back gate and say that give me extra from here. No.
Mm.
So that I learned that this is how the
Mm.
business should be. I am here, take as much as you can. If I am not here right now, if you are bothered, I cannot help you in the same way.
Mm.
There are different ways which you can get help. Like you have been into the quantum of him. So
Mm.
if you want more of him, a different
Correct.
windows to be open for you. So this had changed perspectives.
Mm.
His NIST clarity, where the go through the NIST clarity, understand that helped me
Mm.
become the author coach because that was the journey.
Mm.
I
Okay.
became the freedom finisher by recording, uploading the course on IP. But the very next month, I was doing the author coaching
Mm.
because once you go through the journey, you can see back the whole freedom finisher journey.
Mm.
You understand that this is better than that for
Right.
personal alignment.
Mm. True.
And one mentor I will my gratitude to is John DeMartini. I love this guy because the speed, the human behavior, the values,
Mm.
everything he was teaching.
Mm.
And I was doing certain things with the success resources also. Okay. Or I will say the real summit, right?
Mm.
Okay. Now I got an opportunity
Mm.
that I paid some premium membership for 1 year and they
Mm.
gave the opportunity that now there is a John DeMartini's program. You can get it for free. So like click here. And I
Huh.
got that program. 2 days, complete program. First day, value determination, done.
Mm.
Second day, John DeMartini
Mm.
there. It was the 12th April 2022. He taught everything great. I got an opportunity to have a hot seat. It went for 29 minutes,
Mm.
25 seconds. That
Mm.
was
Mm.
it. Like values, who you are, how you can
Mm.
shift your the
Right.
way I learned, because there are too many
Mm.
things.
Mm.
If you are not clear about the value, go and
Mm.
do the determination test. If you are clear about the value, watch some podcast, some video, some anything of Dr. John DeMartini, and you will
Mm.
understand how you can apply it. This happened. And I was like, great. I have the and now the only question I had. This is the standard question of mine from the beginning. The moment I read about NLP or
Mm.
hypnosis, anything else, I had only one question. Where in the Indian ancient text it is mentioned?
Mm.
And at that night, that moment, I was like, value, 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 value. He even talked about Buddha, which
Mm.
has got
Mm.
name Krishna. I went to Bhagavad Gita. I opened it. I searched through it. I didn't find. I closed the book. And with one belief, I opened a page, chapter 5, verse 14. It appeared that chapter 5, verse 14 had the answer. It took me almost 1 hour to understand it.
Mm.
Hey, almost 1 hour to understand what
Mm.
chapter 5, verse 14 is saying.
Mm.
And then suddenly I realized this is it. The
Mm.
value system he talks about,
Mm.
the implication of value system is actually nothing but a subset of Swabhav,
Mm.
your inherent nature.
Mm.
And that is one of my favorite book which I have wrote at that time, Swabhav. Because your inherent nature is the
Mm.
key to everything.
Mm.
It is not the God. It is not people. It is not your will who is doing it. It is your Swabhav, which is bringing the karma, which is making you
Mm.
the doer, and which will determine how much the result you will get,
Mm.
not the gods.
Right.
And that was the moment I just talked little bit before that. The story
Mm.
of Krishna, that if I have a
Mm.
question, I will get the answer where
Mm.
it is, and I found it. So this has cemented the belief system on the
Mm.
mentors, because mentors will be the trigger. Mentor
Right.
guide you. Mentor will tell you go and observe, learn, and he will tell you that you are on the right path or not.
Mm.
And any of that, every mentor is very different. If you find anybody like that, jump into it.
Mm.
And I will lastly give my gratitude to my book authoring mentor.
Mm.
No, he like come, done. 5 days. Book completed, published. He hold the hands of everyone in the class till everyone published. Because many people struggle with the formatting, this, that,
Right.
technical challenges, everything. They are not well versed with the document. He guided everyone,
Mm.
everyone published. And that is the power of a mentor holding the space,
Mm.
like
True.
you are holding the space. This is the power when a mentor like you is there, it shifts everything. And that's where it comes. Like, I have been learning from you. I have gratitude for you because the way you have shifted, the way you have changed the life of people,
Mm.
the way you are in one of my favorite topic. Now you can understand there is a bigger trigger in my life where I saw the hypnosis working, which people don't even believe. So this is something which you have been doing and teaching people. I want everyone to learn basic of NLP and basic of hypnosis. If they will learn, their whole system will shift. They will become more powerful. And that is the most important part. So little bit fluctuation of internet I can see, but that's fine. So that's what I'm saying, that the way you have helped people, I have a greater reverence and gratitude for you. The way you are shifting lives.
This is what you call timing. or divine timing, shall we say. So it literally, we lost the network for a moment, but we're back. So
Yeah.
uh,
So I believe everything is also recording
I'm
and going. So I kept on going, although paused for
still
a
here the
moment.
recording.
Yeah. So that's what it is. Every coach and healer, if you are watching this, go for learning NLP, hypnosis, even little bit, because that will change the way you coach, you help people. So one of the most important part which I have, like, when I saw you first in back in, I believe, 2022.
22.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah. So from that time itself, I was like, do more of it and help more.
Mm,
And we met multiple times also. So learning is important, but learning will help you get the right words, the
mm,
right way. If you are a healer and you cannot put the mind at ease, healing will be difficult. If you are a coach, if you can't put the mind at ease, it will be difficult. So that's why the way we present ourselves, it is always adding to the layer. Like, you see this hat,
mm.
this is something which is adding every day. If you are watching me with the hat, the moment you will see the hat, a particular emotion will trigger in you. That is not exactly hypnosis, but somewhere the principle is the
Mm,
same. Where the trigger
correct.
is happening,
Mm,
and every NLP guy who have been even read 5 pages of any NLP book will understand that trigger is important. When the trigger is
exactly.
happening, if somebody is at ease by looking at me
Mm,
with this hat and gesture, they will
mm,
get on that mood, and then my work will be little easier. That's why all the companies, all the big people, they have a branding, clear
mhm.
branding to be there, and choose what you are comfortable in. So
What's the
that's how.
story of your hat? Now that we've reached that, the ultimate part of this podcast, in
Yes,
spite of the tech hiccups, which was at
yes.
the, it's like we do it in NLP, we talk about open and closed loops. We started with some technical snags, so it's one of those days where the live hasn't happened, but the recording has happened. And then towards the end, momentarily we got disconnected, but like, well, what you rightly said, it is being recorded. So just to close that loop, if you may, what was the story, or what is the story behind the hat? Like, how did you what was your inspiration? Let's say it like that.
So let me first take you back to my childhood when the cowboy hat, especially those hats, I liked very much. Even when I was doing my LLB, I had one of the actual cowboy hat, that is leather one, like this. When I started my coaching journey,
Mm,
people were looking at me, they were feeling happy, everything was fine. But suddenly one of my students, she told me
mm,
that when you are speaking,
mm,
we are completely into what you
mm,
are. But when you are silent on the screen, we tend to miss your presence
right.
because you always like to be at ease.
Mm,
And when you are at ease, people generally look for the adults who are portraying the body language, everything. And you are like, child, like, yeah, even doing this. And we know that you are deliberately do it. You know the meaning.
mm,
But
mm,
you like to be invisible at times, even in the crowd, even on a stage, you can be invisible.
mm,
As a mentor, when you are taking the session, when you are speaking, when you are there,
mm,
it should not happen. So do something. I like, okay, let me think. I like clothes. I don't fond of. I generally wear the colors are fixed. You will
mm,
not see many colors on me.
mm,
Colors are fixed. But when it comes to the sometime coat, sometime kurta, sometime t-neck, full bird, so that I cannot change. That I'm not going to work on because that's how I am comfortable. Because clothes are something which is sacred.
Right.
Keep the sacredness of that. Head, since little bit of hair is going low, so let me do something. I first thought
Right.
of going to a turban.
Hmm.
That
Interesting.
that is something which I can use, either the white one or the blue
Mm.
one
Mm.
or the saffron one.
Correct.
But maintaining that is difficult. And since I am into the author coaching, not purely a spiritual path,
Mm.
so let me have something better. And one of the students who got into talking to me, they called me magician
Got it.
because what I learned from the Blair, what I learned
Mm.
from my mentors, from I helped them to get something out of
Right.
nothing. Magician word was clicking somewhere at that same point of time. It happened back in 2023,
Mm.
and magician, turban, hat. Suddenly, on Amazon, I found a hat like this. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Let me order. I ordered it. I used it. Bang! It is perfect. Till now, I have bought almost 6 hats in 2 different colors. Little bit of blue and
Mm.
black.
Nice. Very cool. Love that.
And
And
this is
thank you for
the
sharing that. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So this is the identity. So
Right.
people can remember. Simple in
True, true.
branding, in legacy. One thing is simple. Go up with the same style.
Mm.
People
Right.
forget name. People don't forget their style. They will
Mm.
forget your face. So that's it.
Nice. Beautiful. So thank you for taking us on this deep dive into your life and what inspires you and the many lessons that you learned along the way and how you've been making it a point to help so many people. And like I said, the purpose of this pod has always been to inspire healers and coaches, especially people who've just started the journey. Some of us have been blessed that we got to know about our reason, our purpose earlier. And so we began early. That's the only difference. And so my intention is that when people get to hear, like they got to hear your story today, it inspires them to keep showing up. Because ultimately, that is the secret sauce. We keep showing up. And as they say, even when they talk about professional athletes, people who are at the top of their game, like they say, the difference between win and loss is like a 49 or a 51-49, right? So that basically means that as long as you're willing to keep showing up, in the end, you will win. When you sort of like, when, as they say, when all is said and done. So at this point, of course, it's very easy sometimes to lose track. It's very easy to feel that, oh, why am I doing this? What's the point of it? But hearing your story, I know will remind them that, yeah, you know what? Someday I will get to do and be who and what Dhananjay is today. So thank you for just letting your spirit lead the conversation. As I said, this is purely designed for you and for our viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, thank you for taking the time on a Thursday to come and share your story with us.
Thank you, Rahul, for the opportunity. May more people get inspired. They learn multiple things. They learn
Mm,
about how they can lead a better life.
mm,
How they
true.
progress in life with the knowledge every mentor can offer.
Also, a special thank you to all of you who've been listening, and especially if you reach this point, it just means that there's something about Dhananjay that you connected with, or many things. And of course, the links are shared in the pinned comments, so you can reach out, follow him on all his socials. And as you mentioned, you have programs coming out now. Yeah, or you will have programs coming out in the future, whether it is in the context of just you as a coach or what you do, which is a lot to do with IP, a lot to do with book writing and building that legacy. I'm sure they will benefit from who you are and who you're becoming more and more each day. Right. So, with that, of course, as always, for those of you who have reached this point, just remember that you were meant to do this work and there's no accident here. So, just keep showing up. And I obviously always make it a point, and not just me today, we have a team that's driving this. And of course, shout out to Debasmita for the work that she does behind the scenes, because a lot of times in our work that we do as healers and coaches, sometimes people don't get to see what's happening behind the scenes. So thank you for all the work that you're doing. And of course, we'll keep coming back with more pods. And having said all of that, of course, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, we'll be back with more. Dhananjay, if you can just hang on for a second, let me just double check. And I just realized that this is more like a reflex, because I know today is one of those days where we don't have to go back to the live streams and turn them off. So this is that segment. So of course, I will pause the recording. We'll wrap up. So thank you all once more for making it this far. And we went pretty deep. And of course, if you want to know more about the book writing world and all the secrets that exist within, I'm sure if we hear from you enough, we will maybe do a separate segment, maybe in a live format on one of the platforms, so that you get to be inspired and at least start that journey of writing a book. So with that, of course, as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay.